guys, if you don't know me, my name is Morgan. I post every week on my channel about things that I'm trying and maybe failing at. And this week I thought I would share with you guys some hacks that you may never have thought of for your microwave. So I'm going to show you how to roast some almonds, make kale chips, and a few other things. So if you like the sounds of that, be sure to stay tuned. And of course, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below with anything else you want to see. And we'll get on with the video. So I've done all of these before, but I haven't tried all of them recently, so some of them we'll see how they go. But they're really useful. So the first one that I wanted to do is roasted almonds. I love my almonds. I always have a stash of raw almonds. I am a frequenter of Bulk Barn, so sometimes I just want some roasted almonds as a little bit of a snack. I don't know where they are. Roasted almonds. All right, I make my own almond butter, so these go really quickly as well, but there is a way to do roasted almonds without using the oven. So all you're gonna need is a plate. I'm just gonna use a normal, like, breakfast sort of plate, and then dump your almonds on there. You can also do this in a bowl if you want to. I've found that that works okay, but the more that you can spread them out, the better, because then you get a nice layer. I'm gonna get rid of a few of those because I'm gonna eat these and I've already eaten so many nuts today. So they are just laid out like this. And then I'm gonna toss them into the microwave. For how long? I do not know. Roast almonds in the microwave. This happens to me all the time. I've done this, I can't even tell you how many times, but every single time I go to roast them, I'm like, I don't remember exactly the number, and I don't want to be in a situation where I blow up my microwave, so always better to check. Okay, Livestrong says 1 minute on high. And I'm just gonna hang out down here with my microwave. Just hanging out on the floor. This is super sanitary, obviously. I'm sorry for any of you who are germaphobes, but I think this floor was cleaned recently, so I should be okay. Yeah, so you'll probably start to hear a little bit of popping, and that is totally fine. You totally should. That just means that the almonds are roasting a little bit. And then once this is done for a minute, I'm gonna take it out, kind of stir it around a little bit, and put it back in for another minute. So this is gonna be my stirring. They get pretty hot after this, so you definitely will want to get a spoon or something to stir them with after the first minute, because it's certainly not ideal to burn yourself. Okay, so now these are done in the microwave. And the best thing about this is you can make these in like a dorm room or a res room, wherever you are. You'll have some nice, like, you can make them gourmet roasted almonds. They smell amazing. Like, you can definitely tell they're done because they smell fragrant, and I heard a lot of popping. It almost sounds like popcorn and like crackling. So that's what you want to be listening for. These are really, really hot, so you don't want to have them right away. But while they're hot, that's the best time to add a little bit of flavoring to them. So my favorite is to add some cinnamon. I'll just sprinkle it right on top. This is probably a lot of cinnamon, but I am obsessed with cinnamon, so I'm okay with it being this much. And it looks really pretty. And then I'm going to take some sea salt and put the sea salt on over top as well. And there you have it, some really pretty almonds. So I now have my fancy almonds that I can snack on as I continue through this tutorial. These are like the perfect snack, especially since I'm on Whole30 right now. They're ideal. In fact, everything I'm gonna make today is gonna be Whole30, just so that I can eat it afterwards and I'm not wasting food, because that's never fun. I still have like cookie dough left in the fridge because I haven't eaten it yet. Let's see what the next thing is we're gonna try. So now we're gonna try and make some poached eggs. I've made these before once and they did work really, really well, but I'm not 100% sure how they're gonna work this time around. Basically, all you need is a mug, an egg, and some saran wrap. Again, I'm not in love with making it this way because putting plastic in a microwave and all the radiation just doesn't seem like a good mix for things. But if you're really tired of res food or like dorm food, then this is probably a pretty good option so that you're not just eating junk all the time. So again, I'm gonna find out for us how you make these poached eggs in the microwave. This doesn't seem like it's gonna be hard. All right, let's do this. This is where my mugs are. Using this nice plain black mug, I'm gonna fill it up with some hot water. All right, so now I've got my hot water, gonna get my egg. I don't have any vinegar. Normally I'd put vinegar in, but this recipe instruction thing says to put salt in it. So we're gonna try that. I think it'll help to keep the egg white together a little bit more. So I'm just grinding a little bit of salt in there. Swirl it up. So before I put the egg into the water, I'm gonna get my saran wrap ready because I want to give as little time as possible for that egg to kind of come apart. So take the egg, crack it right into the mug. It's just chilling at the bottom there. And then cover it partially. I want to leave a little bit of a gap so that, again, you don't have any explosions. So there's just the slightest amount of space where the steam can escape if needed. And I'm gonna put this into the microwave for a minute as well. This looks interesting. The egg has separated. I can't really describe how this looks. I'll just have to show you. One sec. It basically looks like an alien, so I'm gonna put it back into the microwave for another 15 seconds. This is starting to look a little bit better, I think. Can't really see the egg anymore. It smells like egg. All right, well, it's been in there now for 1 minute and 30 seconds total. I'm gonna try out emptying a little bit of this out into the sink. After emptying a little bit of that out, I decided that it still needs some more time. It's looking pretty liquidy, so I'm thinking that the recipe that I followed this time just is not as good, but it's all right. We'll figure it out. I don't think you guys are gonna be impressed by this, in all honesty. It's looking pretty gross. So I don't know why, but the egg white and the yolk separated. But other than that, it actually looks like a poached egg. So I'll show you. We'll put it together. We'll reconstruct the egg. There it is. There it is, our beautiful poached egg. I mean, very much not beautiful. It's like stacked on top of each other. So even though it's not looking beautiful, I'm still going to give it a little bit of a taste test for you guys because I think that it'll still taste good. But I promise I won't lie if it doesn't because I won't be able to finish it. Well, I will say it's a bit more challenging to eat. But it tastes really good. Definitely if you want a runny yolk, you need to put it in for less than 2 minutes. That was the total time in the end here. But I would say not bad. You can also totally just scramble and cook an egg in the microwave and that'll work 100%. The next thing I'm going to show you how to do, it's actually kale chips. So obviously you can go out and buy kale chips at the grocery store, but they're stupidly expensive. You can also make your own, but I find that when you do that, it's so easy to burn them in the oven. Just very finicky. So I did find a way to make kale chips in your microwave, which is great. So what you're going to start off with is getting yourself a nice big plate. and some kale. Then you're gonna take your kale, rip it off into tiny pieces. You could also definitely put it into a bowl, but I'm a big fan of creating as little waste as possible with or as few dishes as possible when I'm cooking. This you don't need the stem. So just taking the leafy parts off. And I'm really not making a lot of kale chips right now because again, I don't need to feed an army right now. I'm not actually all that hungry, but we gotta test them, so. Then I've got a mister with oil in it. I think it has olive oil in it right now. Maybe it's avocado oil, but any oil will do. I've even done this with Pam and it works okay. Not as good tasting, I will say, but the aerosol works really well. There's so much pushing. This is like a second workout for me, and I don't need that, but we're doing it anyway. All right. Spray that all over your leaves. There's so much oil spritzing everywhere. All right, there's probably enough oil in the air that I can just bring it down to the chips. Now that I have the oil on here, I'm gonna season them with a little bit of salt. I've done a little bit of garlic in the past too, and that's really good, but I'm just gonna keep it simple this time. Make sure when you're taking these out, you have some sort of protection on your hands because it does get really, really hot. Especially if you've been cooking for a while. Yeah, you can see here I've got some kale chips, and they're nice and crispy. They taste pretty good. They're nice and salty. So if you're a salt fiend, you need your potato chips, but you're trying to stay away from it, grab yourself a bunch of kale, grab yourself a microwave, and just make kale chips. Kale chips up close and personal. Yum. Okay, so I would say that those were, for the most part, a success, with maybe the exception of those, of the poached egg, but take it or leave it. I mean, I'll probably try it again, and I'll let you guys know on Instagram stories if it works. But yeah, I hope you guys like this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! Just